if one of the 8 drivers that are regulars and playoff contenders want to have a shot at getting into the championship finale, they got to go by these 2. Green flags in the air. We're racing from Kansas.
Tyler Reddick had a really good restart, but Eric Jones in that black 20 car drove into turn 1 underneath him to take the lead back.
And I'm excited to see this first lap from this side of pit road. It's been a few years, but this makes sense. They're now coming from my right, and this front stretch is going to be crazy. It seems pretty organized at the front, but look back. We're going to see that all day long. Those cars down on that flat, on that apron, trying to complete passes.
Eric Jones down the backstretch for the final time in stage 1. He has a 3-second lead over Ryan Blaney. Blaney running in 2nd. Tyler Reddick is 3rd. Austin Dillon 4th. Christopher Bell is 5th. And it's playoff drivers. Elliott Sadler, Brennan Poole, Justin Allgaier, Hemrick, and Custer all trying to gain some stage points. There you see the top 5 across the line, and Cole Custer coming out of turn 4. And Custer's going to hold on and get one of those stage points as he finishes 10th in stage 1. Back up through the gears they go as they fight their way into turn 1. 22 of Ryan Blaney was trying to give a little assistance there to Tyler Reddick in the 42. He was able to push him past the 20 of Eric Jones. And so Reddick out front, and Ryan Blaney trying to get to the inside and past that 20 of Jones, but Jones fighting back on the outside. That right there is the first lap that wasn't led by Eric Jones in this race. Tyler Reddick has led a lap.
How about Tyler Reddick? We saw him win Kentucky in dominating fashion. I mean, he just destroyed the field in that race, leading this race now with 2 Cup drivers lined up right behind him.
We go back to Eric Jones diving to the inside of the 42 of Reddick for the lead. Can he complete the pass? He does.
Yeah, he got the lead, and that's Tyler Reddick. We talked about winning Kentucky. Well, there are no Cup drivers there. Well, today he has an opportunity to take some Cup drivers down and win a race where you have Cup drivers in, and that's a whole nother deal. That's not to minimize the win he had Kentucky, but it's just a bigger deal if you can win an Xfinity race with Cup drivers in it.
Around goes the one. Sadler all by himself slides. And it looked as though a little contact made as well.
Get ready for 10. Nothing's going to hit you there. Nice
in
save,
sixth
man.
position.
Nice save. Get her fired up as soon as you can.
Sadler was running in the 6th spot.
Yeah, right here.
Trying not to do anything to the splitter as he goes through the grass here at Kansas. The caution has come out.
Right here, he throttles up, and you can see the back end just slowly comes around on it. He was never able to catch back up, and very fortunate, I would say, not to have contact and also to have no damage when he got in the grass. But he had slowed down and pretty much backed in the grass, saving that splitter. But you can see he just pushing the car and went around on him.
Hey, Jeff, he really feels like that left rear may have been going flat on him, so as soon as it comes off the car, we'll take a look at it.
Now just 9 laps of racing to go in stage 2.
And remember, Cole Custer pitted, and he did come out in 16th position. Let's see if he can claw his way up to the top 10.
Looking almost like 3 wide as they work out of turn 2 and down to the backstretch.
What a restart by the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Started back there in the 6th position, made it 3 wide to get to 3rd, and now he's looking for 2nd underneath the 20.
Out in front, that is the 22 of Ryan Blaney. Blaney, Eric Jones, and a great run by Justin Allgaier, putting up inside that top 4. Cole Custer. Those fresher tires are working out, though, as he goes to the inside of Hemrick.
Rick, he is using those tires, the 00, pitted from the 10th position as you ride along here with the Ford onboard. That 48 will be for the 7th position. This is going to be a big net gain as we have a continued battle for the lead.
Eric Jones to the inside, all the way down to the apron, and he'll clear the 22 of Blaney. Now Blaney trying to cross him back over. Down the backstretch they go again. Jones and Blaney, 5 laps to go.
There goes the 2 car of Austin Dillon. He also pitted. He also has tires. He just took away the 8th position. Couldn't stick on the bottom. Cole Custer trying to get back underneath him.
Cole Custer with his hands full as he was able to get back in front of the 2. Here comes Hemrick after Austin Dillon got a little bit loose as well. Pretty big gap separating Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney now. Eric Jones trying to sweep the stages at Kansas today in the Xfinity Series. He won stage 1, has almost a second lead over Ryan Blaney as he works through 3 and 4 for the last time in stage 2. And back to the finish line, it's Eric Jones winning stage 2. Blaney, Allgaier, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, the top 5.
How about William Byron with that 6th place finish? Remember, we've documented he started in the back, tried to get points in that first stage, couldn't make it happen. 6th right here, Allgaier 3rd, Cole Custer 7th.
Big fight for position there. The 20 of Eric Jones trying to go by Austin Dillon. He makes it easy as Dillon sliding back through the middle. And we mentioned those tires, a little bit older tires. We're going to hinder some of these drivers up front. And sure enough, the 11 of Blake Cook falling back quickly as well. Parker.
Yeah, guys, and I'm not really surprised. They have not had the speed in that 11 car that they wanted. Remember, he comes in this race without his crew chief, Chris Rice, who was suspended after the race at Charlotte. He has Lenny Chandler filling in on the box, but he said that car is driving great, just don't have the speed in it, wasn't able to use that Hail Mary and get up front.
Riding along with Cole Custer, again, just a 2-tire stop for the 00. Is that going to play out? Because this time there will have to be a pit stop in the middle of this stage. They won't be able to go the entire distance based upon fuel.
So, Jeff, you mentioned they only put right-side tires on. I don't really love that call. I think Jeff Mendrick could have put 4 tires on. Remember, he drove all the way up to the 7th position. So by taking 2 tires and being the first car off pit road, he only restarted a couple spots in front of that. I just think that the left side tire wear is going to hurt his speed, but we're going to have to see how the 00 holds on as the run goes on.
A slide coming out of turn 4. Just in front of race leader Eric Jones. It's the 39 of Ryan Sieg going around. And that will bring the caution out with 63, now 62 laps to go. That would be stretching it on fuel, wouldn't it, Steve?
Well, I think it's stretching it from 62. I think it's going to take a lap to catch the field up, probably open on pit road with about 60 laps to go. We expect the fuel window to be at lap 58 to go. So I think all of these leaders will take this an advantage. And I believe they can find 2 laps worth of fuel. So I think it's just inside the fuel window, or maybe a better way to put it is just outside the fuel window, but every leader will be on pit road.
You see Ryan Sieg just comes in the screen and car just comes around on him. It looked a little bit like Elliott Sadler's accident where I think you just push him a little bit too hard. It came around on him. No contact.
56 laps to go as they come back up through the gears.
Christopher Bell's got a good restart, did exactly what he needed to do. He's going to be able to enter on the outside of the 20 side by side.
20 lost the lead the last 2 restarts on the outside. Doesn't want to do that again, so this restart he chooses the inside line, and it's not going to work for him again. He has Christopher Bell on the outside making that high line work. Here comes the 20, though, working that inside line once again.
That outside line, you can see how much better it runs down the straightaway. Eric Jones a little bit quicker through the corners, but running the outside just keeps that momentum up.
And now Eric Jones surging in front. Can he clear him? Get in front, and now he does. Eric Jones clearly in front again.
Mentioned Christopher Bell earlier. He's leading the truck championship right now. Their standings, and going to run that full-time Xfinity Series next year for Joe Gibbs Racing. So it's great that he has the opportunity to get some time in these Xfinity cars this year, doing a great job.
And this is only his 5th start in the Xfinity Series this year. He's finished 4th, 16th, 19th, and 6th in his other 4 starts. So an impressive run for Christopher Bell once again.
Yeah, Christopher Bell, he lost the bottom of the racetrack, tried to carry a little bit too much speed off turn 2. When he did, the 22 of Ryan Blaney took advantage of it, took 2nd place.
Christopher Bell running 2nd, closing in on the 20 of Eric Jones. Under 4 laps to go.
Look at the speed that Bell has in the middle of the corner compared to Eric Jones. Just destroyed him through the middle of the corner. Now he's trying to take a look.
He's got to run. He looks to the inside as they dive into turn 1. Christopher Bell takes the lead away, but here comes the 20. Contact made. The 20 into the wall. So's the 18. Smoke coming out the back. The 20 slowed way down. Now will the 18 be able to continue? And hearing that the 00 of Cole Custer also has a flat, he's on pit road. Christopher Bell out in front. Can he continue? Under 3 laps to go from Kansas.
Christopher Bell basically slid job Eric Jones, overdrove the edge of the corner, drove up in front of him. And Eric Jones didn't appreciate it, just stayed in the throttle and made major contact.
Slide job. I thought we were in Knoxville there, Jeff. He came right up and just parked it in front of the leader. He has every right to do it. But you mentioned it, Eric Jones didn't get out of the gas on purpose. Not happy about that move.
And he said so on the radio. He is not happy with young Christopher Bell. So this will be interesting post-race between the teammates.
Well, when Eric Jones has damage to his car, he's on the apron on the front straightaway, the right front. He has a flat. This may bring out the caution. I don't think it will.
He's going to try to stay on the apron and get back all the way around, which will be a long, long trip around for him to get to pit road, as we are now 1 lap to go. The 14 sliding up the racetrack as well. That was J.J. Yaley. A half a lap remains for Christopher Bell, looking for his first career win in the Xfinity Series start. Through turns 3 and 4. Christopher Bell, the 22-year-old, comes back to the finish line. He'll win at Kansas.
Yeah, thank you guys.
An aggressive move.
Nice job.
Gets Christopher Bell his first Xfinity Series win.
And a tough finish here for Eric Jones, who dominated so much of this race. What did you think of the move there that Christopher Bell made on you to take the lead?
Well, I mean, it's not dirt racing. You know, he's not clear. I can't just stop on the top. I mean, he was. I didn't expect him just to drive in on the bottom so far. He wouldn't be able to hold his lane. It's unfortunate. You know, the Reese's Camry was really good, and I thought we were going to race for the win. And unfortunately, there wasn't much of a race. It was more of a wreck. So. It's unfortunate, you know, but we'll just have to move on. It's the first race in a while we've had a good Xfinity car, and you know, I was just thinking we were going to have a good shot there to win, but it is what it is, and you know, it's going to happen.
In just his 5th career start here in the Xfinity Series, Christopher Bell winds up in victory lane. He's going to celebrate. The team's going to celebrate. You know that. But what's going to be talked about is the move on his teammate, Eric Jones. Impressive win for you, but I got to ask you, any second thoughts about the move that you pulled on your teammate, Eric Jones?
I haven't seen it, so I can't really talk much about it, but you know, I never want to wreck anyone, especially my teammate, but I don't know, my spotter said clear. I drove it in really deep. I felt like I cleared him. I don't know.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was clear, so it's my first Xfinity win. I'm sorry that Eric couldn't finish the race, but man, I'm just stoked. This thing was awesome. This JBL Toyota Camry was, I absolutely outstanding, and I'm really thankful to be able to be a part of this Joe Gibbs Racing Foundation. It's a dream come true to be here, and to be able to win in the Xfinity Series is just it's something that I dreamed of as a kid, so really excited about that.